This video is over section 2.4 for your algebra in your Algebra 2 book, and it's basically more factoring, which you've had in the past. But there's a few new techniques that are going to be introduced to you in this section. So one of them is factoring sum and difference of two cubes. You have, in the past, you have been able to factor things like, I'm going to do this up in the corner here, like x squared minus 4. That's the difference of two squares, two perfect squares, and if you were to factor that, that's x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, so hopefully that's something that you remember doing. Now we're going to be working with the sum and difference of two cubes, and I'm going to show you how this works. In section 2.3, you are actually doing this type of multiplication here. So if you were to multiply this binomial times this trinomial, you would get, the stuff in red is a times, do this in red, so that would be a times a squared, ab, b squared, that is all of this right here, a cubed minus a squared b plus ab squared. And then in blue, that's when I multiplied the b times everything in the second trinomial here. Now you'll notice that when you do that, you have an a squared b here that's negative and an a squared b here that's positive. So those cancel each other out. You have an a squared b, an ab squared here, and a negative ab squared here, which would cancel each other out. So you're left with a cubed plus b cubed. Okay? So just like with this, when you multiply this out, you get x squared minus 2x plus 2x plus 4, where those middle terms cancel each other out. The same thing is happening here. Over here, if you've got a subtraction one, it works very similarly. Here is, in red, is the a times every single term. That's the a times every single term in red. And then you've got the b, the negative b, multiplied by every single term, and that's in blue here. So everything is negative there. So you'll notice, just like the one previously, that the a squared b and the negative a squared b cancel each other out. The ab squared and negative ab squared cancel each other out, and you're just left with a cubed minus b cubed, okay? So that being said, that was multiplying it out. Now you're going to be given this, a cubed plus b cubed, and have to go in reverse and factor it. So in this case, the rule is if it's a cubed plus b cubed, it would factor in a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Okay? This would be a minus b, sorry, that's a b. Let me fix that. There we go. Minus b times a squared plus, sorry, ab plus b squared. Sometimes this just wants to be slow. There we go. And these formulas are in your book. It's important for you to know. So notice that, this is a plus, it's kind of hard to see there, and it's up here, that the negative, there has to be a negative in here somewhere for this to work. So when it's a minus b, you've got two pluses here. And when it's a plus b, you've got a negative in front of the ab, okay? So when you're factoring these things, okay, down here, we've got x cubed plus 27. The best thing to do with this is you need to rewrite it so you have the sum of two perfect cubes. This is x to the third plus 27 can be written as 3 to the third. Okay? So what your a is, x is your a, this is your a, and 3 is your b. Okay, so when you go to factor this, we're going to have an x plus 3 sorry, this is not cooperating, times an x squared times a times b, which is x times 3, which is, I'm going to write it 3x. Sorry about that. Try this again. 3x, okay, plus the b squared, which is right here, which would be 3 squared, which is 9. There we go. And that is x cubed plus 27 factored. Over here is the same idea. I'm going to rewrite this as 2x cubed. Sorry, this is frustrating me. There we go. 3, there we go, minus a 4 squared, or cubed, excuse me. Okay, because 64 is 4 cubed and 2x cubed is 8x cubed. So now you've got an a. This is your a right here. Sorry about this. This is really bothering me. A, and this is your b. Your 4 is your b. Okay, so when we factor this, we're going to take my a minus b. So it's just going to be 2x minus 4. Okay, that's a 4. Sorry about that. And then this is going to be my a squared, so it's going to be 4x squared. Minus a times b, so it's going to be 2 times x times 4. So that's 8x is the middle term here, and it's going to be a plus. So 8x okay, and then we're going to square the 4, because that's your b, and that's going to be 16. We can read that. Sorry about this. It's being very slow. So that is the gist on how to do the sum and difference of two cubes when you're factoring.